Good afternoon, folks. Welcome. This is Rajiv S. Khanna from immigration.com, the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna, PC. Today is February 6th, 2025. This is our Thursday community conference call, which we hold every other Thursday. I start exactly at 12:30 and pretty much lock the conference at that time because I have enough participants usually to ask questions and for me to be able to answer them effectively. Remember, whatever disclaimers you heard when you were logging in, this call is subject to those disclaimers. No attorney-client relationship, no guarantee I've got it right because I've got a limited amount of time and I try to understand your situation as best as I can. This is not a substitute for a full-length consultation, okay? The way I'm going to do this call, which I do every conference call session, first, I will answer the questions that have been posted on our forum on immigration.com. These posted questions have then been classified into two categories: frequently asked questions and regular questions. I'll answer a question. I'll ask anybody has a follow-up question. At that point, if your question is related to what I just discussed, please go ahead and press *5 on your phone. I'll take up the follow-up question. Don't ask me new questions, just follow-up questions. Once I've done with the posted questions, I'll stop, of course, the posted question area. Then I'll start with the new questions. I'll ask you, anybody who has questions can ask, and we'll finish up the call that way. Okay? The first frequently asked question that has been posted is, I've been laid off on an EAD from EB-1A. So I filed an EB-1A. I got the EB-1A approval. I've got a 485 pending. I've got an EAD. Can I start an unrelated teaching business? So it's not a part of my EB-1A, but can I do an unrelated business? And the answer is probably not. I think it's a very dangerous idea. Okay. Because when you file an EB-1A, you are telling the government, I plan to do this upon approval of the green card. But if upon approval of the EAD, instead of continuing in your field, you change your fields, it could very well put in question your intention to work in your own field. I don't like that idea, okay? Because your EAD is based upon a degree in operations research with publications in operations research. Then all of a sudden you go to K-12 education. I think it's a bad idea. Then the second part was, is it a risk to travel in this situation using advance parole? Yeah, I think it's a little problematic. I would be careful. I would rather have you either have a job offer or a plan for your own consulting company with some clients in your own field. So I would advise against it. Does anybody have a question related to this? Press *5 on your phone. No new questions? Any related question? Press *5. Okay, nobody has anything. Let's go to the next frequently asked question. I am on our forums. Next question is, can I delay using an H-1B visa to utilize my STEM extension period? So this is a common situation. I've got time left on my STEM OPT, but I won the H-1B lottery. Can I just do my H-1B consular processing and continue on STEM OPT? So I've always told people that before 2023, I had no hesitation saying, of course, no problem. But since 2023, I'm a little uncomfortable with this situation. I would rather have you just go on to your H-1B and do a change of status. I think that is the safer thing to do. But this is my personal opinion. I hope I'm right. I can't guarantee I am. But if it was my own case or my own family, friends, etc., I would do the change of status. Okay. My problem is, what if you are never able to join that employer? What if you suddenly get laid off? Okay. You can do an H-1B transfer. It's been working, but there are cases where they have created issues. So I'm a little uncomfortable with this. Let's put it like that. *5. If you have a follow-up question, press *5. Next question. Is it possible, this is another frequently asked question, is it possible to get an H-1B for UX design, a STEM degree? So I've done a bunch of cases for H-1B for UX design. Okay. One particular set of cases was for a company that specialized in UX design. So if you were building something, you would go to them and ask them about UI UX issues. So they had about 200 people working for them, and all of them had degrees in UI UX design. Remember, the problem with this kind of design is it can come from many different fields. So two obvious fields are, is it a computer science issue or is it a graphics design issue? So you should work with your lawyers, figure out whether your job is focused more towards design. Another one is ergonomic design. So can we consider this to be ergonomic engineering, human factors design? So there are these, all these components where, depending upon what kind of job you're doing, we have to classify you. Are you a graphic artist? Are you a human factors engineer? Are you a computer science person? Industrial psychology for UI? So there's all these various fields. These are the nuances which you are asking me for. Okay? It's certainly possible, but it's got to be done carefully. Star 5, if you have a follow-up question on this, press star 5. Okay. Let's go to the next frequently asked question. I'm zipping through. I usually ask the team to not have more than 10, 11 questions so that I can spend time on, there's only 10 questions. We've only done 2, 3 of them, so we'll be done soon. Let's go on to the regular questions. Requirements for filing green card. This is question number 3. Requirements for filing green card under EB1B category, working simultaneously on cap-exempt H-1B and H-1B from lottery. I'm employed at a nonprofit org with Georgia, affiliated with Georgia State University, on a cap-exempt H-1B. I was promoted from research coordinator to research associate. This is my 3rd year in this organization. Can they file for me under EB1B category? And the answer is yes, if your work was all research oriented. This is a full-time sponsor-funded position. Necessary steps and documents. So there are 2 components to an EB1B category. Remember, unlike EB1A, EB1B is an application by the employer. EB1A is your application or the employer's. EB1B can only be the employer's application. The requirements are, you have 3 years of research experience, typically not counting your PhD. It has to be, if your PhD is being counted, there are certain other requirements. So let's say you've got 3 years of research experience. Then the organization who's applying for you is offering you a non-temporary job. Remember, I didn't say permanent. So it should not be considered to be a temporary job. Okay. In academic area, that can sometimes just mean a contract that is extended time to time, but they keep extending it and they keep asking for funding for that project. So there is a certain way we define permanent in the academic area. Consider it non-temporary, okay? The third thing, the organization has at least 3 full-time researchers, not counting you. These are the basic documents for the employer. For you, you have to meet 2 out of 8 requirements, and those requirements are listed. You can go online. But the most important one is you must have international recognition. You don't have to be the top guy, but people know you in other countries. Okay. In the second scenario, my initial H-1B approval is set to end in Feb 26. If I get a job at a for-profit and my H-1B lottery is selected, I may decide to work 2 jobs. Well, actually that you can do even now. So if you decided to work 2 jobs, you could do it even now, because there is read the frequently asked questions we have on immigration.com. They cover completely the situation where a person has an H-1B cap exempt, but they can concurrently work for a cap employer also, as long as they don't quit their cap exempt job. Okay. Could you clarify when my H-1B quota will end? You get a total of 6 years. Whether you do 2 jobs at the same time, 3 jobs at the same time, or one job or even a part-time job, you have a total of 6 years. Okay. So because your initial cap-exempt H-1B approval date is February 23, it's the actual utilization. If you started working from February on H-1B, you were in the US, then you've got until 2029, no matter how many jobs you do. Of course, you can recapture the time you were outside the USA. You can continue working for both jobs. But if you're dropping the number of hours at the cap-exempt job, they'll have to do an amendment of your cap-exempt H-1B. I hope this is clear. Press *5. If anyone has a follow-up question on this, press *5. Okay, I've got one from area code 224. 224 Florida. Go ahead, please.
Sir, I have a question.
No, you are Illinois. Sorry. Hang on. You are Illinois, right?
Yes, sir. I'm from.
Yeah.
Yes,
go ahead, ma'am.
I'm from. My H-1B has been approved in 2014. However, I haven't traveled to US. But again, I applied for 2017.
Well, this question has nothing to do with what I'm discussing right now. Please wait.
No, sir. It's about this H-1B cap only, sir. I utilized my H-1B only 2017 to 18. That's all. Now, can I utilize my H-1B again?
Have you been outside USA for, ma'am? Have you been outside USA for over a year?
No, sir. Right now I'm in US, but I'm on L2 visa.
But when initially you got approved, hang on. When initially you got approved, that was back in 2017, right?
Yes, sir.
And you worked in USA and then you went back. So that means if we count out that 1 year, you still have 5 years left, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. You are not subject to the lottery. Google this. Google H-1B remainder option. Isko Google karo. H-1B remainder option.
Okay.
So you can actually get an H-1B job without going through the quota. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Area code 407. You have a follow-up question? Where are you calling from? Florida. Okay. Florida, I can hear you. 407. Okay. Let's go on to the next question. Laid off after I filed Green Card EAD, got EB-1A approval. Options to file CC EAD. I don't know what that means. Let's see. I got my EB-1A approved and filed Green Card EAD. Filed Green Card EAD 10 days before. Now I got laid off. So I filed Green Card EAD. Shall I file CC EAD? What is C? Oh, compelling circumstances. I guess it must be compelling circumstances. Okay. No. Are you in this call right now? Press *5 if you are here. Press *5 if you are here in this call. Because there are some issues here that are not very clear to me. Hold on 1 second. I screwed up the... 1 second. Where was I? So you've got your EB-1A approval and you filed Green Card. That means you filed your 485, right? So I'm not sure compelling circumstances EAD is the choice. I think you could file for, to me what makes sense is to apply for expedite of your EAD. Okay. Google USCIS expedite criteria and see if that makes sense. There are many issues that I don't really understand in your case. Because if it's an EB-1A, why do you have to worry about the employer? And why can't you continue working under your EAD? And your kids can continue going to school. So I'm very confused about your questions. I'm missing something here. I wish you were here. Bottom line is that compelling circumstances is probably not as good an option as expediting your EAD. Anybody has a follow-up question? Press star 5 on your phone. Pennsylvania, you have your hand up. Pennsylvania. Area code 717.
Hey, I'm sorry. It was for the previous question, follow-up question. So,
okay. Well, wait till the end, please.
I know.
So wait till the end.
Yeah,
I'll get to you. I'm almost done here. So we are zipping through quite quickly. Then we did all these before. Now on question number 7. Unemployed on green card EAD, I-485J has been approved. Can I apply for Medicaid? Or they are US citizens. So I'll have to look at the rules that Trump had enunciated. The current rules that have not been changed so far would be okay. But is Trump going to come up with something totally new and, totally weird? I don't know the answer to that question. So what somebody should look for, I remember under Trump administration, there was a specific provision for people who had taken help from the government for children who were US citizens. So I think there were some exemptions. So we can take a look at those. I don't know off the top of my head, so I won't be able to tell you. But if you Google public charge Trump policy or green card public charge Trump policy, you might be able to see his old policy. Have a consultation with somebody who can review the regulations for you. Current regulations, Biden administration regulations, I think they mention only 3 things. One, you have a problem if you've taken cash assistance from the government, long-term in-house care, medical care, or I think there was something like a total context or something like that, overall context. It doesn't look like you can support yourself. So you can take a look at that. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. And I'm nervous to answer that question, not knowing what this crazy man is going to do. Okay. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. Next question. Currently on B2 pending, can I transfer from H4 to H1 with a new employer? What? Currently I'm on a B2 pending, but I have an approved H1B. H1B is not stamped. If I come back on H4, then can I go back to H1B? Yeah, you probably could, unless you have that problem that I mentioned earlier today with that 2023 case, where if you delay your H1 activation too long, government can question whether you are exempt from the lottery or not. So is it okay to travel to India on a pending B2? Sure, that's not a problem. Okay. The bigger problem is, will you be able to convert to H1? You can certainly come to H4. Come on H4. I don't see any problem with that. Okay. So can you travel with the B2 pending? Yes. Can you come back on H4? Yes. Can you convert back from H4? Can you convert from H4 to H1? Unsure. People have done it, but I have my doubts. It all depends upon a specific case. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5, please. Okay. Question number 9. Can I travel with 1 month left on OPT, or should I file for STEM extension first? I have a detailed mind map for this. If you go to my blog, or if you just go to immigration.com, search for travel, and then look at the entries under blog, you'll come to a mind map that explains when you can travel and when you cannot travel. I think it's also posted, it's pinned to my LinkedIn site, my LinkedIn profile. So take a look at that. I think it's always safer to go for premium processing, have it approved, and make sure that you have proof that you've got an OPT job when you come back. That is definitely safer in my opinion. Press star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. Okay. This is the last posted question. Switching from F-1 CPT to F-1 visa. My visa expired last year, currently on F-1 CPT. Should I pursue PhD program? I will have to drop out from my current MBA to join the PhD course. See, anything that requires you to get a visa again could be questionable, because you have a long history of being on student status, including CPT. So if you don't have to go for a visa, you might be reasonably safe. But if you step outside, I don't know what your chances are. And I've heard of at least some denials of people who were on CPT or people who were on multiple years, who were here for multiple years and tried to get a visa stamp. Okay. So change of status or change of or extension of status within USA may be okay. Visa stamping could be risky, difficult to say. *5, if anyone has a follow-up question, press *5. Okay, anyone has any question, press, okay, there's one from 469. 469 California. No, where are you calling from, 469?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Texas. Go ahead. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm maybe quite similar situation. So I used 6 years of my H-1B, and my 140 is not filed because of a different issue with my organization. They're unwilling to file it. So they said the only option is to do a J-1 CPT. And find an employer for that. So I'm a little skeptical if I go for stamping, will I get any issues? I don't know if I'm eligible or if I'm allowed to do that Day 1 CPT thing and again get into a lottery kind of a situation, I think, to get a new H-1B. Is that the only solution I have?
Okay, hold on one second. Have you already been selected in the lottery or not yet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already on H-1B.
Oh, you are already on H-1B. Sorry. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't go ahead of me. Just let me ask you the questions. So you are on H-1B. Your green card is going on, right?
Yeah. Perm is approved now, but 140 they are not filing because my client actually released me from the project because the project is shut down.
Okay, so the green card is out.
They said I have niche skills. Okay. Yeah, they said you have niche skill, and unless you file a niche skill, we can't file because we have a skill set mismatch. If you find a different project, I found several projects, but they are unwilling to file 140 because the skill set doesn't match, and it's an issue here.
So the bottom line is the green card is out. There's no green card.
That is correct.
Okay.
140 is not filed.
Okay, just answer my questions precisely so I can understand where you are.
Yes. I understand.
Green card is out. How many years of H-1B have you utilized so far?
6 years. My 6 years expired yesterday, February 5th.
Okay, so H-1B is out. Now there are only two ways to get extension. One is to get an I-140 approval or get a perm filed again. And the other one is to go outside USA for 1 year. There are only two ways. There's no third way. Okay?
Oh, I see. So there's no Day 1 CPT or anything?
No, that is available, but it's not H-1B. That is a different process altogether. You can go to other visas. You can go to F-1 CPT. If you qualify, you can go to O-1. If you are from a country that has certain treaties with the USA, you could have other options. But India is very limited in its options. Either CPT or O-1A, and of course, otherwise leave USA for 1 year and then go through the lottery again. Okay. So now the question is, what is the status of CPT under Trump? We don't yet know. As long as it's on the books, it's still legal. I would recommend very strongly that if you are going to go for CPT, select a course that is an enhancement to your career goals. Don't select a course just to get an EAD. I'm not sure that's an appropriate use of CPT. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
We don't have any stamping issues.
Stamping could be a problem. If you go outside USA, you may not come back. Okay? But if you are in the US and you get a student, if you get an admission in a CPT program, as long as you are still in status. So you said you had your H1 6 years are over yesterday, right?
That is correct.
So you have a 10-day grace period to leave USA, right? That should be on your I-94.
Yeah, actually, I had a based on my pending perm, they filed an extension, and
Acha.
so they still did not release me, did not give me severance or anything. So I'm just waiting for them to initiate all of that.
Okay.
So I think my status is still valid because there's a pending H1B. But anyway,
Yeah, but that
they
doesn't
will
mean anything
let me go
until
anytime.
that doesn't mean anything until it's approved. Okay. So assume that
Yes,
you have no
correct.
time.
Yeah.
Get an F1 change of status filed as quickly as possible. But even that is iffy because if your pending H1B is not approved, I would argue you have a 10-day grace period from the date your H1B 797 expired. If you get F1 filed in the hands of the USCIS within 10 days following that, you should be okay to change status without leaving USA.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
All set?
Thank you.
Yep. You gotta have to tell me when you're done, sir, so I can move on.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is, my status is still valid, right? Because they did not release me, and they said they are still waiting for 797 or whatever extension.
If your petition is still pending, you're not illegal in the United States. You are in authorized period of stay.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is, you cannot convert to any status from authorized period of stay. You cannot convert.
Oh, I see.
However, 10 days from the date your 797 expired, you're still in status. You can't work, but you can change to another status. On the 11th day, you will be legal, but you can't change status anymore.
I see. Okay, I got your point.
That's where you are. Okay.
I think, and the perm thing is, how can I do it? Because I'm not in any within the 10 days.
You can't do anything with the perm unless the employer wants to continue.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Yeah, folks, just please be mindful of other people. I'm not so concerned for myself. I could spend the next half hour talking to one person, but then what about the others? So I'm just trying to hurry through these. I had asked people to raise their hands if anybody has any questions. So 5 people have raised their hands. Except for those 5 people, now 6. Anybody has a question, raise your hand, because if you press star 5 again, you'll put your hand down. So if you already put your hand up, don't press star 5 again. If you have not put your hand up, press star 5. Now I've got 7 people so far. Anybody else has a question? 8 people. Okay, let me get started. I'm trying to go in the order that you logged in. So one is California 510. 510. Yeah, that's the one. California, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello, sir. Here is my situation. So I was on a H1 and transitioned to B2. And my B2 is expiring this Monday, which is February 10th.
Okay.
I have a consulting position. And my consulting position with the client and my employer is in the process of transferring H1, but we are still waiting on a MSA and the purchase order agreement from the client side. I think which made it mandatory, with the new administration. So, I'm still kind of waiting on, and my attorneys, they said, we have to file it today. If not, provided those agreements, without them, they might go ahead and file it. And when the RFE comes in, they might answer with it. But I'm not sure, if I get into any trouble of denials, since those documents are
so hold on.
provided.
So hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whenever you file an H1B and you can't prove that you have a project in hand, you will get denied. Okay? But what if the project was in the process, but the proof of it came after I filed? I think there is some possibility you might be okay. So there's a difference between filing without a project and filing with a project still in process, not yet finalized. I think
the client is kind of working on vendor onboarding at this point.
Yeah, so I think in those cases at least there is a good argument that things were already shaping up. It's not like I don't have a project. I just don't have a confirmed project because the vendor is being selected.
Okay. So should I go ahead and kind of apply, or should I transfer to? I mean, not transfer, but extend the B2? Will that cause an issue?
Look, if the employer allows you to extend the B2, then definitely extend the B2. But if the employer says, no, either you take the H-1B or you're out, then I think you should take a chance with the H-1B, right? Because finding a job is more difficult than, I mean, that's up to you. That's a personal decision. Okay?
I mean, I'm already on the B2 right now.
I understand, but it's expiring, right? It's expiring, so you have to make a choice.
So the attorney said, the B2 might complicate things. We can go ahead and apply without these agreements. But he's saying the filing, before the filing, the sign has to be the purchase order has to be signed.
Okay, let me make a recommendation to you. Get your employer on the line with me. Do a consultation. I will examine. I'll make my recommendation. And your lawyer is welcome to join. We can discuss and come up with a conclusion. This is not something you and I can decide.
Okay, sure, definitely.
Okay? Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, next person was area code 940. I'm going in the order that you guys logged in. That is Texas. So let's just make sure I get that. 940. 940, go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, hi Rajiv. I've gone through the OPT roadmap that you have asked me to check.
Right.
So now I will be applying for the post-completion OPT, but my program is still running. So what would you recommend? Should I apply for OPT? I'm traveling in April for 2 weeks to India. So should I apply OPT before leaving, or should I apply after coming back?
When does your program end?
It ends in May. I'm going in April for 2 weeks.
It's too close. I hate those. I don't like those close shaves. I would rather... That's such a difficult question to answer. I don't think I have a clear answer for you. For the simple reason, it's just cutting it too close. I prefer that you get OPT, spend a couple of months in OPT, get proper documentation from the employer and the DSO, take a 15-day leave. If that's the normal in your company, that's not considered to be out of work. So you can take 2 weeks leave if that's the normal leave employer gives everyone, and then go to India. I think that would be a better case, in my opinion. Okay.
I don't have an offer yet.
Yeah.
I'm applying for OPT
definitely
now,
don't travel.
Definitely
don't travel.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Definitely don't travel. It would be a really bad idea.
Thing. Would I not be allowed to enter on my F-1 because that would be still valid? And
what if the officer asks?
Not a remote
what
student?
If the officer asks you, when is your course getting over? Okay, and you say it's getting over, in a month. Okay. Now you are at the tender mercy of a CBP officer who may consider this entry to be legit or may consider it not to be legit. Sorry?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so I don't like that idea.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Rajiv, and I really appreciate these conference calls.
You're welcome. I just wish I had more hours in the day, guys. I could spend the whole day with you. I just don't have enough time, unfortunately. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Area code 716. Let me see where you are calling from. 716 is New York. New York, you are on.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for the call.
Of course.
So I am actually got selected for the H1 lottery last year, and through change of status from October, I am on H1B. But due to some personal circumstances, I have to leave my job, and I will be leaving country. So what will be happening to my H-1B in this
So
case?
nothing is going to happen. You have spent very little time, right, on H-1B? How much time have you left? Have you done?
4 or 5 months around that time, yeah.
So that means if 5 years later you decide to come back, you can come back using what is called remainder option. That means
Okay.
without going through the lottery, you have 5 years and 10 months still left on your H-1B.
Oh, okay.
Remainder option
Like,
says,
but
remainder options works like this. It says, my H-1B was approved. I worked on H-1B. Then I left USA for 1 year. Okay. Or more. Now I have a choice. Either I can go through the lottery again and get whole 6 years back if I win, or take the remainder of whatever I did not use.
Okay.
That's a remainder option. Okay.
So someone has to again file for my...
Of course, you can't just barge into USA. Somebody has to file for you.
Yeah.
Right?
And then right now I'm serving my notice period. So once my last day, within how many, like I'm planning to leave within a week or something, but I know that
No,
usually
there is
the grace period
no...
is 60 days.
Yeah, so when you leave, you have 60-day grace period or the time remaining or your I-94, whichever is lesser.
Okay.
It looks like you'll have 60
Okay.
days to leave.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Rajiv. I really appreciate
You're welcome.
this community call.
You're welcome, ma'am. Good luck.
Yeah.
Let me go to area code 513, which is Ohio. 513, you are on.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. Hi, this is. Yeah, I just have a query that I have filed my H-1B in April 2024, but I got picked for the second time, that is in November. But I filed it as a counselor H-1B, which is I-797B. I got approval.
Yeah.
So I'm currently with my employer. What if I choose a full-time or change the employer at this moment? Will they revoke my H1, or I can just file and change of status with the new employer like we do for amendment?
This is a very difficult question to answer. In a perfect world, I would want you to convert to status with the same employer who got you the lottery, or go outside, get a visa stamp, come back and work with this employer for a couple of pay periods at least, and then change employers. That's the perfect world. Either change status within USA with the same employer, or go get a visa stamp, work with the same employer. Okay. If you are going to do a if you are going to do a transfer, chances are you should be okay, but the policy can be changed with a stroke of a pen, as Trump has been doing. So I don't know what is going to happen.
Okay.
So that's why I said that is the perfect world. Everything else is the imperfect world. Go ahead, ma'am.
So, whenever I change my status, do I need to have 2 months or 2 pay stubs run with my employer and then make a transfer in a good terms, or I can immediately?
We usually like to have 3 pay stubs. Okay. But whatever number you can get, the more you can get, the better off you are. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I can file my change of status within US by submitting all the files that the documents that I have listed previously when I got approved.
That's your lawyer's job, not yours. Let them do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Let me go on to the next call, which is area code 530. 530, where are you calling from?
California, Chico, California.
California. Go ahead, sir. How can I help you?
So I'm on, my STEM OPT expired January 9th this year, and my workplace has applied for a cap-exempt H-1B for me twice and got rejected for incorrect fees.
Oh,
and
boy.
so I'm on a grace period until March 8th.
Okay.
And can I, if they're going to reapply again? So can I stay after March 8th, or do I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
leave?
yeah.
Let's say,
So this is how it works. If you are on F1, right?
yes, I'm on F1.
Okay. And your coursework is finished yet or about to finish?
No, I finished back in 2021. My visa has expired since 2021.
So
But
how?
I've been staying because
Okay, hold on. So you have been staying illegally in the US for the last 3-4 years.
oh no, I've been on OPT.
You have OPT. So OPT is F1. Okay. So OPT is a continuation of your F1. Okay. So
Yes.
when does your OPT expire?
Expired January 9 this year.
This year. So that means you have 60-day grace period, right?
Yes.
So that means that is expiring in January to February, February to March. In March it is expiring, correct?
Yes.
If your H-1B gets filed in the hands of the USCIS before March, before the 60 days are over, you can continue to stay as long as the H-1B is pending.
Oh, okay.
You can't work, but you can continue to stay, no problem. And you may want to look it up. That's called authorized period of stay.
Okay.
That's perfectly legal, no problem at all. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okay. So the problem with immigration law, guys, is it's so complicated. Even a little change in the fact pattern can change everything. Okay? So that's why I'm very respectful of the fact that I'm dealing with almost like a live bomb. Got to be careful with how we examine a case. Let's go to Delaware, area code 302. Delaware, I can hear you.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Rajiv. How are you?
I am well. How are you, sir?
Thanks for giving the valuable suggestions.
Of course.
Actually, I came to US on H4 visa.
Okay.
And with the change of status, my H1B got approved in January 2024.
Okay.
So I was with my employer till May 29th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I got an offer with one of the big company, and they were trying to apply for the H1B transfer. But my previous employer did not support me to give the last 2 months pay stubs.
Okay.
So the RFE has come. Once RFE has come, the company guys told me like USCIS doesn't want to asking these pay stubs, and if the person will be willing to give you or not. But that person is not, my previous employer did not give it to me. So they withdrawn the petition. So during the time, it was May 31st was the last day with previous employer.
Mm-hmm.
That was mentioned in the petition, H1B petition, because of the proof this person has worked till May 31st, this particular employer. So I am actually, with the business with the previous employer has lost by May 31st. So my first H1B petition got revoked actually automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Then this petition actually, this current H1B petition, RFE has come, they withdrawn the petition. So this period actually they have filed on July 17th, means like within the grace period only they filed it. But the decision they told me like we are going to withdraw the petition on August 21st or something. Then I traveled to India and I came back on H4 to the US.
Oh, good.
So my total period I have used only for 5 months, or this plus 3 months, 8 months they will calculate.
Okay, so the way H1B is calculated is you are on H1B including the 60-day grace period. So if you had H1B and then you had 60-day grace period, until the change of status is approved, let me rephrase that. So let's say I've worked for 5 months, then I have 60-day grace period.
Yeah.
And then after 60 days, I left USA. So then I have, the calculation is 5 months and 60 days I was on H1B.
Oh, so that I don't have, so I have used total, means like they filed on July 17th. So since the petition was with USES, so I extended my period till August actually. So it was it is not. It is
Okay,
legal,
I can't
right? Because
understand.
it's a
I
legal
can't
one.
understand your fact pattern. I'm sorry. I
No,
just
I will.
I have
May
look.
can I explain?
I'm going to put you
Yes.
at the end of the line. This is a lot of information. So wait until.
Just to go. Just
No, sir.
okay.
I'm not following your
Oh,
fact pattern. I have no idea what you're saying.
no,
So
just one question, sir.
I don't understand your
Just
fact pattern. Look, I have no idea what you're telling me because the narrative is so confusing. I don't really know what you're telling me.
No, just one thing, sir. Just May 31st was last day with the previous employer, and July 17th they filed it on 47th day. And from 47th day onwards, I stayed in US till August 21st. So 47 plus the 17 more days I was in US only. So once the petition was, they are trying to withdraw my petition, so they informed me immediately. I go to India and came back, and I went to India and came
Yeah.
back.
So
And
why are you
actually,
spending so much time over whether you spent 1 week or 2 week extra on H1B? How does it matter?
okay.
You are just wasting time calculating whether 1 week, 2 weeks extra will go into H1B. Who cares?
Okay.
Look at the bigger
So
picture.
as far as I'm legally stay only, right? Huh?
So this is the way it is. When your H1B is, again, I don't know, I don't understand your facts, but whenever your H1B transfer is filed within the 60-day grace period, I think that's what you told me. 47th day they filed your H1B, correct?
Exactly. You are right, sir.
Now, did they withdraw? Was the withdrawal effective before you left USA or after you left USA?
Withdrawal effect after I left the USA.
So then you were always in status. You were never illegally in the USA.
Okay, thank you, sir. And now I got a new offer, so that the remaining period is like 5 years, 4 months, right? 8 months
So
elapsed.
the only time that is counted is towards H1B is the time you actually were with the first employer plus 60 days. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah, man, it's a difficult fact pattern to understand. I now understand what you are saying. Good luck. By the way, just as a matter of briefing, it's a good idea. I think just in general, even in professional practice, whatever you do, tell people what to focus on. So in your case, you wanted me to focus on two things. First, was I ever illegal in the US? And second, how much time I have used on my H1B. So then you tell me.
Exactly.
Okay. So just make sure you give me the proper briefing so I can't understand what you're saying, right? Now I do. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Next question is area code 206. Where are you? Hold on. Oh, now I got you. 206, where are you calling from?
Hi, Rajesh. I'm Rahul and I'm calling from Seattle.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Yeah, I just had one question. Like my wife, she came to US on a, and I'm on L1, so she came on L2. And in 2024, last year, she started pursuing her master's here, and she got the conversion of status from L2 to F1.
Okay.
So this year, next month, she was planning to visit India to get her F1 visa stamping.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know, is it like the recommendation to get it stamped at this time, or if we delay the stamping and if she has to wait till her OPT and H1B and only till the H1B,
No.
if she delays the stamping for F1?
No, I think she has a safety net. Okay. If the she right now has an L2 visa stamped on her passport, it's still valid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if she goes to the consulate, applies for an F1, typically they first cancel all the existing stamps. At least that should be the procedure. As a practical matter, they never do. Okay. Just look at the times for L2 appointment in India, or if she's entitled to any kind of drop box. so that if the F1 is denied and the L2 is cancelled, she can reapply for L2 and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Because she has a safety net. She can always come back on L2.
Yeah. Will there is the chance of denial if she gets her F1 visa stamping because she has the 18 types of.
Well, it's perfectly acceptable for somebody to change to F1. They are going to school. I mean, she could have started working if she wanted. She has an EAD. She's automatically entitled to work. But she chose to go to school. I think it's a good thing. So personally, I think it's a good case for an F1. And also you have a backup option. So I think it's okay, but double check the times in case. First of all, they usually don't cancel the L2 visa. Okay. That means if they deny the F1 but don't cancel the L2, she can come back on L2. Okay. If they cancel the L2 and then refuse the F1, she has to reapply for the L2. That is the part you want to compute and make sure that's not too long.
Okay.
So I think she's pretty safe. I don't see any problem. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Rajiv.
You're welcome, sir.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okay, 2 more questions. One second last is area code 585. Let's see, New York. 585, go ahead, please.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I had a question regarding, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So basically my company filed for an H-1B last year and we got an RFE for a specialty occupation. And they have charged me $1,500 for expert letters at the very last moment.
Okay, so hold on one second. That charge is illegal. Okay. The employer cannot charge directly or indirectly any expense to you. If you ever complain to the Department of Labor and the USCIS and ICE, these guys will be in a whole lot of trouble.
Okay.
Okay. Go on to the next part. Okay.
So is there any a law or something that I can have a proof?
Yeah, if you research it, I mean, I can't quote it off the top of my head, but easiest thing is just write this down. Contact the Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division.
Okay.
And just say, I have an LCA violation to report. And this is the case. They might ask you to just do it online. If you file a complaint, these guys, they'll get your money back.
Okay.
The employer is required to pay for this.
On that.
Yeah, this is nonsense.
Yeah, it was last moment, so I was compelled to do it.
Well, just remember one thing, ma'am. Remember one thing. You have a 2-year deadline to report. If you are going to report, do it within 2 years of the incident.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing. So eventually my H1 got denied, but they had refused to share the RFE notice and probably will deny the sharing the denial notice. Do I have the right to take a look at the notice?
No, you do not. However, you do have the right to get the money back. If they charge you any money, even a single dollar, which went towards your H-1B, they have to pay you back.
Okay.
Okay. So don't let people like this get away. Complain.
Okay.
It doesn't cost you anything.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything and you'll get your money back. All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am. Last question is from Pennsylvania. Oh, this is an area code I've dialed 1 million times. Area code 717. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Hi, Rajiv, sir. So, me and my wife, we both are on H-1B. We both have I-140 approved. We are planning to start a business. So, what would be our option?
So, both of you are on H-1B. Both of you have an I-140 approved and you want to start a business. So, I can give you a very brief outline of the possibilities. Of course, you can do an H-1B for your own company. That has been made clear by the latest regulations unless Trump chooses to reverse those regulations. But there are pros and cons. One of the biggest problems is that the maximum amount of time you get is 36 months, 3 years on that H-1B. Okay. So starting your business can be tricky, even though it is possible. What if you had a US citizen or green card holder, stockholder or partner in the team? Would that make it a little safer? Yes, but you still have to worry about the green card. How are you going to get your green card? Okay. So theoretically, at least, it is possible to start business while you're still on H-1B. The government says you can do it even if you are, majority stockholder. If you're a minority stockholder, it's a lot easier. But the problem then is, how do you do your green card? That's the issue. Okay. So possible, but complicated.
So we are planning to continue with our full-time employment, and as a part-time, we are planning to continue our startup.
Well,
so
that is an interesting situation, because now you have two choices. One is that you can be a passive investor. I'm not going to go work for my company. I just want somebody to run the company, and I'll put in the money. The other choice is doing a concurrent H-1B. I'm going to continue working full-time at my employer. In addition, I'll work 20 hours each week for my company, but the company has to pay you for the 20 hours. Okay. So your own company has to pay your salary if you want to do concurrent H-1B. Or you can be a passive investor. On top of that, if you do a concurrent H-1B, your employer might have a problem with that. They might say, we don't like it. Okay. So complicated, but certainly possible. You know what could be a lot easier? If one of you you have your I-140 approval already, right?
Yes, sir.
If one of you went on to H-4 EAD and started the company on H-4 EAD, that would be a lot easier. Okay. Sir, you have to tell me if it's okay. All right. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. I know the very last question. While continuing 40 hours per week for my existing employer, is there any mandatory hours limit? Or the second is, do I still have sufficient time to file a concurrent?
No, there is no mandatory hour limit. It can be, I guess, 10 to 20 hours, 10 to 40 hours. If it's like 1 to 10, I think that's a little difficult to sustain. But as long as it is justifiable, any number of hours is allowed. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're
And
welcome, sir.
we would love to have some private consultation with you as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm not going to add. There's not much
Thank you so
else.
much for your valuable time.
Of course, there's not much else to add to this, but of course, you're welcome to talk to me privately. Okay? Good luck.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay, one more person has raised their hand from Illinois. Illinois, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I had a word with you a couple of minutes back, but still I want to answer this question, sir. I'm sorry for taking your time. Sir, my husband is on L1A and myself and my children are on L2, sir. Okay. So we together applied for L1A extension, L1 and L2 extensions in the month of December under premium quota.
Okay.
This L1A got approved, extension got approved till 2027. Mine and my children, I-539 is under, we didn't receive any response. Okay. For me, they said case has been transferred to another jurisdiction. Okay. And for my children, case was received. Okay. And then meanwhile, I moved out of US, I traveled to India. Right now I am in India, sir. Okay. I got L2 visa slot. Okay. I gave my passport through Dropbox. Okay. So my question is, I saw the status of the visa as refused. I don't know what does that mean. That is my first question, sir. And the
so
second
hang on.
Ma'am, hang on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You said you got the visa stamp and then you got visa refused? I don't understand.
No, sir. I gave my passport through Dropbox, and then I saw visa status online.
Okay. So visa refused probably means they have issued a 221G in your case. They want more information.
Okay.
Probably
Okay,
that's
sir.
what it means.
Thank you, sir. And the second. Got it, sir. I'll wait for the further response from them.
Right.
Thank you, sir. And I have another question. People told me while I-539 is in progress, if I move out of US, that I-539 will get abandoned.
It's automatically abandoned. It's gone.
Yes, sir. But till now, when I see the status, it is still showing
That doesn't mean anything.
transferred.
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Okay, sir. And the third question is, for my children also, we applied I-539, where I am the applicant and my children are the beneficiary. Now, what will happen to their I-539? Will that also get abandoned? Do we need to reapply for them for I-39, sir? I-539?
Are they in USA and you are in India?
Yes, sir. They are in US.
Okay.
I'm in India.
To the best of my knowledge, I could be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, if you file a single I-539 covering multiple people and the first person, the primary person drops off, I think you have to refile the 539.
Okay. Actually, we received 3 different cases, sir. I think 3 different applications. But for their application, I see it as applicant is mine and the beneficiary is the children names.
Okay, hold on. If you filed 3 different 539s, then there is no problem.
Yes, sir. 3 different I-539s. I have my case number differently and their case number is completely different, sir.
But did you file 3 different I-539s? That is the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We filed 3 different I-539.
If you filed 3 different I-539s, you should be fine. No problem. Okay?
Okay. Okay, sir. So, okay. So we are good with my children situation currently.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. This
You're
is
welcome.
what I want to ask you. Thank you so much.
Good luck, ma'am. Bye-bye. All right, folks. That is it for today. We did all right. Just 4 minutes over my time limit. I'm okay with that. I'll see you again next Wednesday with UD and then next Thursday with UD also. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.